Hey everyone, I'm back at you after several or many months actually of doing any videos. I really hadn't had anything to do videos with as far as any new hardware or whatever. I'm not necessarily into the latest greatest all the time, but I have recently acquired, thanks to a good friend, acquired a Kuro Concept Coil Jig kit. Okay, thank you very much, Jim, for that. I certainly do appreciate it. I was at a atomizer rebuild class that I was holding at a local shop, Voltage Vaping, and Jim came in and he was familiar with the classes that I had done and the videos that I had done previously. And we got to talking about coiling, making coils or whatever. And I said, yeah, I still kind of do it old school. I use a drill bit, different size drill bits, and got to kind of hold the drill bit and wrap the wire, and it's, a little tedious or whatever. And that, people just getting into the rebuildables and all, that they're kind of leery of building the coil sometimes because it tends to be difficult for certain, for some people. And they carried this Kuro coil kit there at the shop, and we got to talking about it and said, oh yeah, if I'd had that when I started out, wrapping coils, rebuilding stuff, man, things would have been so much easier and what have you. And long story short, Jim bought one, and he gave it to me, and I certainly am appreciative of that. Thank you very much, Jim. And he said, well, I'll give this to you. My only stipulation is that you do another YouTube video and, show how it works and how you use it on the YouTube. So, I should have done this sooner, but my phone for taking videos or whatever, for some reason I did a new update and it's overheating and, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, here I am. Better late than never. I'm going to show you how to wrap a couple of coils on this. And I want to show you that this particular kit, this Kuro kit, comes with 6 different size mandrels, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, and 3.5 inch millimeter size mandrels. Okay, all the mandrels fit into this hole with a square base, so they don't spin. They fit in there. Okay, and you see that this has a hole on the top side here and on the side there for your Kanthal or nichrome wire whatever you're using. Okay, then you have the different size coil winders depending on what size mandrel you're going to use. You want to use the corresponding coil twister part, cap, whatever, that the mandrel fits best in. Okay, and there's 3 different sizes. And I want to show you on the back side of this box, you can also buy the individual size 2.5 millimeter, 3 millimeter, and 2 millimeter size mandrel coil jig winders. Okay, you can buy those separately if you'd like. Or, if they have the kit, which this is a very nice kit, you can buy the complete kit that has all, even has 6 different mandrel sizes. Okay. Next thing I want to go over is that the actual little caps that go over, that wind the coil. See, your mandrel fits in there like so, and just, sits in there. Okay. And then your coil winder fits over that, and you twist your wire and you make your coil. Okay. But I want to point out that these caps have a number 1 right there and also a number 2. And what that is for, as you can see on the top, there's a hole here, which is the number 2, and a hole on this side, which is a number 1. Okay, the 1 and the 2, what that indicates is the number 2 hole sets further away from the center hole. It would be further away from the mandrel. And that is, what that does is accommodate a larger gauge wire, say anything from 24 gauge, 22 gauge, 20 gauge, 18 gauge. You'd want to put a screw in this hole, okay? And it comes with another screw. I've already taken it out there. But and then the number 1, okay, that hole, that screw hole is actually positioned so that it's closer towards the center to accommodate a smaller gauge wire, say 26 gauge and below, 26 gauge, 28 gauge, maybe 30 gauge or what have you. You want to use the smaller size wire with the screw in the number 1 position. With a larger gauge wire, you'll want to use the screw in the number 2 position. Okay? Now with that being said, going over that, I'm going to, the next video I do after this, I've just acquired a Dark Horse RDA, and I'm going to build that with a parallel, which is 2 pieces of Kanthal, okay, wrapped in one single coil. And actually I'm going to be using a dual coil setup, so I'm going to be making 2 coils eventually. But just to show you how this works, this coil jig works, this is 2 pieces of 26 gauge Kanthal. Okay, I'm going to slide it through the hole, and I want about approximately 3/4 to 1 inch of the wire sticking out on the side here, so that I can just press my thumb against it to hold it so that it doesn't go anywhere. And then I'm going to take the wire and give it approximately, now you want to kind of keep these wires straight so they're not twisted up to make a parallel, and give it about a half a wrap around the mandrel just to get it started. Okay, I've done that. So I'm going to be making 2 coils, one after I make this one, and the one I make after that. It's going to be around a 2.5 millimeter mandrel, which is this mandrel, and it's going to have 7 wraps, and it's going to be parallel. It's going to have 2 wires of 26 gauge, and the dual coil for that, dual coil build on the RDA that I'm going to build, the Dark Horse, is going to be approximately 0.2 ohms. Okay, so we've taken our wire, we've got about 3/4 to an inch of wire sticking out of the hole, and we just gave it a little start with about a half a wrap around the mandrel just to get it started. Okay, then we take our twister, our coil twisting cap, and okay, this it's numbered so you can keep track of the numbers. You know, you can keep track of how many times that number comes around, so you know how many wraps you're putting on the coil. So here we go, and this is 1. Okay, we've got 2. Oh, I might have messed up on that because my wire twisted, but hey, it's no big deal with this coil jig. Okay, so that's 1 wrap on there. Okay, you just want to make sure that our wire doesn't get twisted up on top of each other with the parallel, or else your coil will come out kind of lopsided. So that was 1 wrap. We got 2 wraps, 3 wraps, You got 4 wraps. Okay, you got 5 wraps. You got 6 wraps. And 7 wraps. I'm going to go past it just a little bit. Okay, I'll push it together. Make sure it's as tight as I can get it together. And you can adjust that once you install it on the atomizer you're going to be installing the coils on. But you see how easy that was? And we even had to, kind of go back and after that first initial wrap, it kind of got twisted. But hey, we were able to unwrap it a little bit, straighten it out, and still come up with a very nice looking coil. It's nice and uniform. When we put it on the atomizer, we will be pulsing it anyway to heat it up till it glows and kind of squeeze it to, make sure that it's as compressed as we can get it. But there you go. You saw how a little bit of time that took. It didn't take really any expertise to do that. So anyone that's looking to get into rebuilding, or that's an experienced rebuilder and just wants an easier way to wrap their coils, hey, definitely look into this Kuro Concepts Coil Jig. Either if you buy them singularly with the permanent size mandrel in there permanently, or if you buy the kit, and that gives you the options of using up to 6 different coils, mandrel sizes. Okay, and while I have this video going, and hopefully my phone won't overheat again and I'll lose the video, I'm going to move the screw from the 1 position over to the 2 position, because I'm going to be using a piece of, what coil side gauge? A piece of 22 gauge Kanthal to show you. This isn't going to be a parallel. It's just going to be a standard single coil wrap. Same size mandrel. Okay. So I've got my piece of Kanthal. Alright. And actually I've got the bin in. Okay. So about 3/4 to an inch of wire on this coming out of this side hole, so that I can hold on to it. I'm going to give it about 1/4 to 1/2 a wrap on the mandrel. Alright. I've moved my screw, because this is a larger diameter Kanthal. I've moved my screw to the number 2 position, but using the same cap, same size, because it's the same size mandrel that I'm using. Okay, and then I'm just gonna wrap it. Okay, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm just doing a random number of wraps on here just to show you how easy this is to use, because if you've had any experience with the larger diameter wires, the larger gauge wires, wrapping this on a screwdriver or a drill bit, man, your fingers would be sore after, because this wire is thick, and to get it nice and tight and nice looking and all like this, your fingers would be hurting after this. Well, you can see, you just saw that this only took 30 seconds or so to twist it up. This is a 10 wrap 22 gauge wire on a 2.5 millimeter mandrel. And that's another thing with the larger gauge wire and the smaller mandrels. It's a little bit even more difficult to wrap with. And like I said, your fingers would be sore, usually, after doing one or two of these like this. So there you go. This is a wonderful, wonderful tool for rebuilding. Easy to use. The novice to the expert, the experienced rebuilder, coil rebuilder. I recommend this kit, this particular brand of coil jig. This design, it's great, and you won't regret it. It will, it'll make an expert out of a beginner with coil wrapping coils, and just within a few minutes after getting just used to the how you use it. So I highly recommend it, and thanks for watching. And my next video, like I said, I'm going to be building for the first time actually a dark horse atomizer, and I'm going to be using the parallel dual 26 gauge dual parallel coils on that. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching the video. Vape on and vape strong.